We are live. Hello, I'm Casey Wilson, and we're improvising tonight because my other co-host is not here. So my name is Casey Wilson, one of your co-hosts of the Do or Do Not podcast. And this is our special guest host.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm his son. I stream sometimes, so I should be okay.
All right, so like Brad had some difficulties with family. He's out of town. We actually planned out this to go see Spider-Man just like we did for Masters of the Universe, Mandalorian, Grogu. Go see these big movies and then do a podcast right afterwards to give our first impressions because we just got out of the movie. He could not be here and he has a lot of the equipment, so I had to try to improvise. So we'll hope that this is live. If it's not live, at least it's being recorded. So we just got done watching Spider-Man, brand new day. And my overall impression of the movie was very positive. I really liked it. There's some things I didn't like about it, but in general, I love Spider-Man movies because Spider-Man, Peter Parker, always does the right thing. He's a good, positive person, a positive influence. He's doing the right thing. He sacrifices for everybody else around him. And I love that. And that was still the theme of this movie. And then I love the transforming into a more powerful form of Spider-Man, too. This isn't by the end of the movie, it's not your everyday Spider-Man. So if you're watching, you're going to get spoilers. We will give spoilers, and then we'll give our kettlebell review. But
I would say it was a brand new day for Spider-Man.
It was definitely a brand new day for Spider-Man. So the movie starts out, everything's pretty much the same. He's still pining over MJ, misses his friend. Doesn't have his old life, but he's really dug into being Spider-Man. So that's all he does. He's basically 24/7 being Spider-Man, stop a crime. Crime's down in New York City. Everything's great. He's taken down all the major criminals, Scorpion, Tombstone. They make it, they were talking about Tombstone like before the movie. Yeah. He's in it for 20 seconds at the most, 15 seconds?
A minute at the most. I think it was
there's a little scene where he has a little dialogue, and then he's stuck against the wall in a spider web being arrested by the police. So that's pretty much it for Tombstone. So if you're really looking for some great Tombstone or Scorpion gets more stuff done. But this movie is about Spider-Man and Jean Grey. Punisher has a big aspect in it too, so he is much more involved than I was led to believe. I knew he'd be in the movie. He was really one of the main characters.
I mean, this was more instead of like the other massive Marvel films. This was definitely more of a street level film.
Yeah.
Except when it got more near the end there. But at the start, it was definitely like you said, a lot more Spider-Man. It was like the comics, like
at the start I really liked when he was swinging on the webs. It looked very cool, like realistic. Yeah. I like it better than some of the other movies.
I don't know if any of you have ever played the Insomniac Spider-Man games, but I was getting major Insomniac Spider-Man games like
I never played
in the movie. It was like, especially with how he was just bobbing and weaving down the enemies. I'm just imagining myself just pressing the button inputs, diving under enemies, tossing them up, webbing them up. It was honestly such a good action scene. Some action scenes.
You're getting C4 on my toys. So it was just really cool. I like almost everything about the movie. The stuff I didn't like, there was some goofy stuff with the Hulk, in my opinion. I don't think they handled that situation very well. But with that being said, I don't like the guy as a human being, but as a Hulk, he's all right. But the Bruce Banner character, and then he goes into being full rage Hulk. But then, what is he? Is he Black Widow? He talks him down all of a sudden out of nowhere. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't go with the whole character. He was able to connect with Bruce Banner, even though he doesn't even effing know Bruce Banner. But I didn't like that part.
That might have been a reference to the comics, because in the comics, they're really like close friends. And even if Banner didn't remember him in the comics, Hulk for some reason defies logic and has remembered Peter before when no one was supposed to remember him. There was like a bunch of stuff going on.
I didn't like
Hulk
it. It
remembered
didn't
him.
seem to fit with a destructive Hulk like that raging Hulk, that he would just all of a sudden calm down because he goes, Mr. Banner, you know.
They didn't
squished
really
him.
have that much.
I didn't like it. I didn't like that part of it. So let's get into the Sadie Sink, the actress.
Is that what her name was?
Yeah, it's her. She was in Stranger.
I never watched
Things.
it.
So she plays Jean Grey, and I have mixed feelings about it. I think they could have handled some things differently, but in general, I liked her. I think she'd be a good Jean Grey in the movies. And I think she was a little over the top throughout the movie to be turning into such a, stepping back and being, a heroine by a little scene with Aunt May. But all right, whatever. It's Jean Grey is one of the most powerful characters in Marvel. I mean, hands down, probably one of the most powerful mutants. I mean, besides Apocalypse, maybe?
To be fair, during Jean Grey's start, she was still very strong, but she was not like an Omega level mutant. She was
no. But also they worked. Remember, like Dr. Xavier, like put blocks in place to keep her from going.
Yeah, she was definitely still very strong, but she wasn't like the Omega level mutant that just could
you
stop
saw
anyone with
towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
We saw some of that power explode. So if you watch the trailer, there's some swerves the trailer gives you where you go,
yeah, like
they make it seem a certain way, but it really wasn't that.
Like how they made Punisher seem like a smaller part of the movie when he was actually pretty
he was very prevalent in it. And I really like that aspect because I'm a Punisher fan. This Punisher is a more humanistic than some of the other brutal Punishers. And then if you read I'm not a huge comic book reader, but I love the Punisher, and I have read some graphic novels and Punisher stuff. And I like the Punisher character a lot. And I love John Bernthal's portrayal of him. And I like that they made him a little human. Like he can be real like kill everything and do stuff. And he still is that way in this movie, but he starts to see other paths and other ways. So I like that, but he was a major part. The Hulk wasn't a major part in it, but he had some key. He had a key role.
Yeah, the Hulk was not a major part in it. Banner was a major part in it. Kind of talking to Peter before he really knew Peter about the risks of making. Okay, so. I don't know. I haven't seen the She-Hulk show or anything, so I don't know if it came from that.
You don't want to. It sucks anus.
But he had this inhibitor thing that made it so the gamma radiation was containing it in his genes and stuff. So Peter was trying to get some information about that and brought up, what if we could make a catch-all inhibitor? And he kind of just... He was trying to talk Peter out of it. He didn't really know why he wanted that, but he was talking about all the risks and stuff that could do. Because what if that got in the hands of people that could do something really bad with that kind of stuff?
Sorry.
And it was shown later on in the film that it did. While they didn't have it for long, it did get in the hands of some pretty bad people.
Yeah. And that was the thing, is the government was the bad person again. And let's be honest, the old Ronald Reagan saying, if the government shows up and says they're here to help, you got problems. So the government was the damage control is what they were called. They were the bad guys.
I don't think they're technically a government organization in Marvel. I think they're adjacent, but I don't think they're part of the government.
They're a government organization.
They are?
Yeah, they're a government. They're working with law enforcement, and they're working with the federal. They're basically like trying to So now in our world, we don't have mutants. We don't have all these super powered individuals. But if you did, people are going to be scared of them. And then they can also look what happened with Banner. Like a building's pretty much destroyed, because of
just with a little bit of a tantrum,
just for a mild
destroyed.
tantrum, So they're going to want to try to control them. So the damage control is basically taking all the bad guys and then probably some of the good guys, and they're trying to manipulate and get the powers and be able to put them in the hands of good people. Which what's good people? The government's good people, So put them in the right hands, and they're doing the tech, they're studying it, and then Spider-Man believes, that they're there to help and he's working with them, but really they're the bad guys in the movie. They're the ones that are breaking laws and treating people like experiments. And
I honestly really like that Peter did trust them, because that's like an integral part of Spider-Man, that he believes in people.
Yeah, I mean he does, and then he realizes, towards the end of the movie, I screwed up, and then he tries to go and help, and that's when the whole finale kind of starts right there. So there's some great scenes in it. I really like the end when he takes the bullet for Jean Grey. I like that part because that's what Spider-Man would do. Everything's very Spider-Man correct in this. Peter Parker is probably the most high integrity, good person that's a superhero. Much better than like Iron Man, as far as a human being and treating people and how they do it. He's young though too. He hasn't had a lot of those experiences, but he was raised right by Aunt May and Uncle Ben, and he does the right things when he's forced to. When nobody's looking, he does the right things, and that's integrity. And I like how they portrayed his character. Story was good because you care. Here's the thing about Hollywood right now is they don't know how to they don't write good stories. Just like I know Brad's excited about it, but Doomsday is going to be slop. They're going to stick a bunch of people in there, and it's just going to be a sloppy. The story's going to be bad. You're not going to care. You might even start rooting for Doom because you're just so tired of all the bullshit that they're saying.
I honestly can't wait for the clean slate after Doomsday.
I hope so.
I can't wait for it.
I am a Captain America fan, and that he's back doesn't necessarily make me happy.
It might be an alternate Cap that's very...
I know, Hydra Captain, but I'm not going to believe anything they say until I see it. But I think that this is going to be the best Marvel movie of the year. Spider-Man will probably make close to the same. Maybe Doomsday makes more, but I don't think it's going to. I think this movie, looking at ticket sales, looking at the amount of people that are in the theater on a Thursday night, and all the sold out weekend this weekend, and it's going to make a lot of money this weekend, and it's very popular. They're going to make another one. They announced at the end of the movie that Spider-Man will return. I don't know if they're going to do that after all the Doomsday and Secret Wars happen. I'm guessing after Doomsday, they'll probably try to get another Spider-Man movie mixed in there. But I think Secret Wars is coming fairly quickly, within a year. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure they're filming a lot of the Secret Wars stuff while they're filming Doomsday, for those actors. So we'll see. I'm really excited to see the next chapter. I really like Zendaya. I think she's a great actress. Tom Holland, in my opinion, and I've watched them all, in my opinion, he's the best Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I love Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield, I thought, was pretty good too. But I think Tom Holland with this movie certainly has overtaken Tobey Maguire. Watching it, I care about him. I don't want bad stuff to happen to him.
You know how excited I was?
And he's maturing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can see he's growing up and maturing.
Now, I'm going to talk about a part that he doesn't like to talk about with movies, talking about emotions and character connections.
I love that too.
No. You're like, oh, they're too soft. They're too emotional. But first, I was so happy that they didn't resort to the black suit, and they just let it be his DNA that made him a monster for a second there. It was just...
Well, he was going through metamorphosis. Yeah. He couldn't control it. And then at the end of the movie, he was like, oh, I'm not this monster. I'm Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
Yeah, it was just... I was really happy that they tapped into like a darker side of him, even though it wasn't really darker, a stronger, more monstrous side of him.
It was his arachnid DNA was causing him to basically go into like metamorphosis, a cocoon, becoming a more powerful, more stronger Spider-Man. And it really affected him where he wanted to mute those and get back to being his normal self. But eventually they took over and then he became super powered Spider. So now he is super powerful Spider-Man.
He is like he basically near the end of the movie finally took up the mantle of like is it Invincible? No, it's not Invincible.
Superior. I don't know.
No, I don't remember what I don't remember what the tagline is, but he became that Spider-Man. He was like he finally came fully into his identity.
Yeah, and like he was fighting the Hand, and they beat the living shit out of him, and that's when he embraced being Peter Parker and Spider-Man both, because Sadie Sink's Earl Grey was talking through.
Earl Grey.
I mean, Jean Grey. Earl Grey. Good coffee. Another Patrick Stewart reference right there.
That's
Earl Grey
tea.
from Star Trek The Next Generation.
Earl Grey is tea.
I know. Jean-Luc Picard, who plays Dr. Xavier, he loves Earl Grey in Star Trek The Next Generation. But that's probably why I mixed the two up. But Jean Grey, she was talking to him and she was getting inside of his head saying, you got to choose. You got to be Peter Parker or you got to be Spider-Man. And he goes, and I'm going to be both. And then he his eyes went black like the mutation and he did some stuff. And then he was able to turn his eyes back to himself, but still have control over the new powers. So he no longer has electric web slingers. He actually does them naturally. They made a reference to Andrew Garfield's character. Had that same ability. He was.
I believe that was Tobey Maguire's that had the organic webs.
No, I think it was.
He
referred to he didn't refer to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I think he referred to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
I swear it was Tobey Maguire that had the organic webs.
Nah, he made little shooters too. Maybe he evolved, but I don't think so. I think he referred to Andrew Garfield's character. Mm-hmm. He said number 2. Number 1 was.
Tobey Maguire was the one that showed up first as the first Spider-Man in the movie.
And then he said number 2.
And Andrew Garfield. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I swore it was Tobey Maguire that.
I'd have to go back and watch. I haven't watched those Andrew Garfield ones in a long time. But there's references to that. The whole movie was great. I'll give it, like, kettlebell wise, I would give it 4 out of 5 kettlebells. It's definitely great. There's some things in it that were a little wonky. There was some stuff.
Emotions.
No, not the emotions. I love emotions. I'm a very sensitive, emotional person. But there was some stuff in it that was bad. I went there was 4 or 5 times where I went, oh, that wasn't well written. That wasn't well thought out. But in general, like the Hulk stuff, I thought that wasn't I didn't think that was done very well. In my opinion, I don't think it was done very well. I don't know why they let Metzger get away. I mean, that didn't make any sense to me. Bring him back in another movie being, maybe the next Spider-Man movie or something. But I didn't like the character anyway. He was just a smarmy, lying, double talking piece of crap government official.
Maybe Metzger has a bigger role in the comics, so we just don't.
Maybe. I don't read the comics, so I don't know. But anyway, I definitely give it 4 out of 5 kettlebells. I highly recommend you go see it. I think if there was a couple things that were wonky in it, like her dialogue a few times I didn't like very much. The Jean Grey character, some of her stuff was a little disjointed. I don't know. I can't give it a 5 out of 5, but I'm definitely a 4 out of 5. I really liked it. There was just some stuff that was a little wonky. And I don't think there was enough stand up and cheer type moments. You know what I mean?
I felt that.
I didn't feel a lot of stand up and cheer moments. I didn't want to jump out of my seat and go, yeah, and I also didn't feel super sad. I didn't think Spider-Man was going to die.
I almost cried.
I didn't think Spider-Man was going to die.
I invest in things far more than you do.
I don't know. All right, tell me why. That's your
I could see it coming, because
how many kettlebells out of 5?
Definitely 4.5 as well.
4.5. I gave it 4, so you're a little higher on it than me.
So She created this giant zone, Jean Grey, like a kilometer out from the island that she was being held on, that basically she had control of everyone in that kilometer. Frank set up his sniper outside of that kilometer, aiming down onto the island while they were having that heartfelt conversation that you were talking about with the memory of Aunt May. I was feeling it. I was like, oh, Frank said earlier he's gonna do it his way.
Yeah.
And I could feel it. And then we see a dark hallway. They look out into it and a flash comes.
Okay, but you also Spider-Man has heightened senses. So he has a 50 cal sniper rifle up on the roof from a long ways away. He sights it in and he shoots to kill the Jean Grey character. But Spider-Man has super powered senses, and he always has his Spidey senses, but now he is like,
it's like Flash time.
He's Omega level. Like when they filmed the scenes when he was fighting the Hand with like throwing stars and punches and the shock sticks, it looked like Superman.
Dude, it felt
he was seeing everything in slow motion. That's how
it felt like
he was.
It felt like I said earlier, the Insomniac games, like the opponents in the Insomniac games kept getting tear up so they could keep up with you. It felt like you were like, when you do a perfect dodge in that game, the world kind of slows down as you dodge so you can strike back at them.
Yeah.
That was exactly how those moments of combat felt.
When Superman comes back and he fights the other Justice League members and he's moving slow, like the Flash is moving at full speed and Superman sees them and just follows them. And the Flash goes, oh crap, he can follow me? He can see me? That's what it looked like. Everything was moving slow around him. Even the Flash was moving slow for Superman. You know what I mean? And that's what Spider-Man looked like. He was fighting the Hand. He was getting the living shit kicked out of him. And then he decides to embrace the superpowerness, and then they couldn't even lay a hand on him or touch him. There was weapons that were designed to destroy his webs, his artificial webs. And two guys were shooting at him and destroyed his artificial webs. But when he changed and he shot his natural webs, it didn't, and went and grabbed a hold and he slammed and crushed the guns. It was pretty badass. It was a cool. You know what? There wasn't a lot of fight scenes in it.
Yeah, they really focused on the emotional aspect.
There was some good storytelling in it.
The best times in Spider-Man have always been when Peter is at his lowest.
Yeah, he has to go down low. And he's at the low here's the thing. There was a little bit of a negative tone because he was always at a low because he was just missing. He was missing his friends. His whole identity was just Spider-Man for most of the movie. And towards the end of the movie, you see the time. Okay, so Jean Grey, I keep wanting to say Earl Grey. Jean Grey takes over Mary Jane.
It's not Mary Jane. That's not her name.
Or what is it?
I don't remember.
MJ,
Michelle.
MJ.
I think something. Michelle Jones or something.
It's MJ. Okay. So it's called MJ, no matter if they'd call it Mary Jane or whatever. Or Mary whatever.
They made it Michelle a very clear point that it wasn't.
I know, but it is MJ, you know. And because there's Flash.
Yeah.
Is in it. The guy she kisses.
Yeah.
You know, it's all the same characters. No, they can call them different names.
I don't think that one wasn't Flash. That was they called him Nate or something. I don't even know. I don't even remember who it was.
It's not the classic blonde-haired.
Flash was in the first two movies. He was like the rich kid. But he's in the first two movies. I don't think he appeared in this movie.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. Whoever's Peter's antagonist is in there. So MJ, we'll call her, gets taken over by Jean Grey's character, and they end up kissing, and she says all the things that Peter wants to hear, you know, but it's not really her, you know, and then she reveals herself. And I thought that was really cool. They're constantly torturing poor Spider-Man's soul. So Peter's being tortured.
Specifically Peter's soul.
Yeah, Peter's soul. And so, but then, like all great hero stories, he overcomes everything, and then towards the end of the movie, you see he's going to start that process. There's a chance of reconciliation, and they end the movie with him starting to talk to Nate, or not to Nate,
Ned.
To Ned. See, they shouldn't change all the characters because then it screws everything up. Because people like me that are the old school Spider-Man. But anyway, Next turn, have Miles Morales be Spider-Man. It's just kind of like you can see the path they're going on, and then there's an end credit scene which I highly recommend you don't wait and see. Here's one tidbit: if you're gonna go see it and you watch this and you haven't, you don't know anything, they have one little stupid scene after you have to watch 8 or 9 minutes of the rolling credits, and it's the Spider-Man tracker.
It's like 10 seconds.
It's the Spider-Man tracker that Ned has in the movie, and you see Spider-Man, and then it's like it goes up, and then it goes out into space, and then it just cuts. So we know that he's going to be involved in the Doom thing and those things. We know all that already.
I thought they were going to talk. I thought they were going to throw in a little line because Jean Grey at the end of the movie was obviously, because of all the woods and stuff, going to upstate New York. And I thought it was going to be an end credit scene about that, but no, it's just a stupid little end credit scene.
Like he's going. So I don't know if he's involved. Like he really, the rumor. I don't know if it's a rumor. I think that Sony Studios doesn't want him involved in
X-Men.
Doomsday.
Because
there is X-Men and stuff involved. They don't want him involved in Doomsday. But Secret Wars, I think that's probably he's probably going to Battle Planet. That would be my guess, where they fight on the planet.
I'm not sure
in teams. That's my guess. But he goes out into space to some planet in an unknown area. Don't wait. It's not worth it. Watch it on YouTube because it'll take you 10 seconds to watch it, and it's not worth it. Don't hang around. They effed you with that one.
Yeah.
I literally, my gut instinct after the movie got over was like, let's get up and go. We'll watch it on YouTube later. But then I'm like, we're going to do the podcast right after. Might as well know what happened. And now I'm telling you, don't watch it. So in general, is there any other final feelings you have about it?
Yeah, I want to talk about the feelings.
All right, talk about the feelings. Young, emotionally sensitive, and in touch with your emotions.
At the start of the movie, it's shown that Peter obviously misses his friends. His Aunt May died during the time he focused on that. His memory was erased from everyone. He couldn't really go see Aunt May or anything.
No, she died before.
She died before that? Oh, I don't remember that part. But so he was completely disconnected. He had to watch his friends for years upon years go through college without him, get closer to people that he doesn't know.
Ned has like a blog, like a video log thing. Yeah.
So for years where he's focusing on Spider-Man, he's seeing his old friends, his old girlfriend go through their life without him because they don't even know he exists.
Yeah, that's tough. And he has to give it all up to protect them and save them, and that's why Spider-Man is such a great character, because he does the right thing. He has integrity, and he sacrifices for the ones around him.
So it's shown multiple times. I believe it was at the end of the last Spider-Man movie, the note that he was going to give to MJ, but he backed out. It is like an integral part of the movie, that note.
Yeah.
And the reason why that Jean Grey was able to trick him is because Jean Grey got into his apartment
and read the letter.
Yeah.
And then eventually MJ finds the letter.
Yeah.
And reads it. And so she knows. But there's a real tough scene in that one too. We'll leave that one to your guys' imagination.
But so a little so he finds Ned one day while during the movie, while he's just getting to pick up flowers to put on his aunt's grave. He follows him. Apparently, they moved into a new apartment together after college. Ned and MJ. So he follows Ned. They're having a big housewarming party. He finds Ned, kind of bonds with him a little bit at the party, finds that Ned is trying to figure out who Spider-Man is, because they can't remember Peter, but they remember Spider-Man for some reason always being there
and saving them like on all these multiple occasions.
So they bond a little bit. He lets Ned and MJ go back to the party, but MJ's boyfriend comes in and kisses him, and it throws his mind and his hormones all into whack. So by the time he gets back home, the arachnid DNA kind of takes over
where the
because his
metamorphosis
body is
starts.
out of balance. It's basically the massive level of stress, everything that cascades onto him accelerates the metamorphosis, and that's when it all starts for him. That's
it really
when,
was. I think it was the catalyst for the metamorphosis.
yeah, the catalyst. Yeah,
you know, it started the metamorphosis that happened that night, and that's when you see in the trailer you see him falling out of a web cocoon because he kind of passes out and he doesn't remember even making the cocoon or shooting it. It was more of his arachnid DNA took over.
Yeah. So after that, he wakes up, he falls down into the street. He has a little funny encounter with his neighbors, goes back to his room, sees there's alert, straps up. His web shooters don't work anymore because of his organic webbing.
Yeah.
So he has to try to figure it out. And during that figuring out, he falls. And we get a scene with a person that Jean Grey has taken over. Jean Grey knows that Spider-Man can sense him, but for some reason, because of his super senses and that he can't control them, he can't figure that out anymore. He was able to instantly lock on earlier that Jean Grey was taking over someone, but because of his super senses...
And she couldn't take him over.
Yeah. He wasn't able to take him over, and he wasn't able to sense him. She kind of messed with him that whole time that he wasn't himself anymore, and then she messes with him a little bit, telling her that he's in his apartment, and she finds a letter and starts reading it to them, and she gives him a challenge basically that she's going to go after MJ.
Yeah.
So she basically guides him along the city.
We don't want to relive the whole movie.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel so like, dude, I was like, this is the stakes of Spider-Man right here. This is like the secret identity. This is why the secret identity exists.
Yep.
It was so good. So like he brought up earlier, the scene with MJ, the fake MJ, for taking him over. But yeah, that was just it was so good.
Yep. And MJ and Frank Castle getting along was really cool too, like personality wise and stuff. So it was really good. So we're gonna wrap up because I'm tired. I already yawned once.
Yeah.
I got to be back here at the gym early in the morning. So you give it 4.5 stars. I give it 4. That's definitely, I'm like,
if it wasn't by 0.5s, I'd probably say 5. I'd probably say 4.8 or something.
Yeah.
It was really good to me.
It was really good. I think we both agree it was really good. It's better than any movie I've seen this year so far.
How dare you say that to Hail Mary?
And I like, you know what?
I say
it's the second
level.
Best movie I've seen this year.
I
read the book of Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary. So that was an awesome one. But I would say they're really good, both really good movies. If you haven't seen Project Hail Mary, you can watch it for free on Amazon if you have Amazon Prime. I definitely highly recommend you go see it. And there's a lot of good emotional stuff in it. It's not just your normal action hero, boom, boom, boom. Like Mandalorian and Grogu, our biggest criticism of it, there's no story. There's a lot of story. There's a lot of story in here, and it builds on the past stories that happened in the past movies too, and what's happened. So if you haven't watched the past movies, you should go back and watch them. Or if you haven't watched them in a lot of years, you should go back and watch the Tom Holland ones, because I think you'll really have a better understanding of what's going on if you've just recently watched them. So I would recommend that too. All right, so if you need any help with fitness stuff, there'll be go to rsc.com, RosevilleStrengthAndConditioning.com, and I will be glad to answer any questions you have. If you live in the area, you can train with me. I also do online training. Brad and I, mostly me, I also sell on Whatnot, and I have a sale for G.I. Joes tomorrow under the Do or Do Not podcast. And then next Saturday, the 7th, or the 8th, I'm sorry, I switched my show because we're doing a charity raid train for Star Wars seller on there. So I just jumped on that because I really like the guy, Osh, and his wife. They're having some trouble, so we're doing a raid train for that too. And then October 22nd, I'll be on the Cobra Express raid train on Whatnot. So if you're not on Whatnot, it's a great app. You can buy and sell stuff on it. If you like stuff, you can buy it. And then if you have enough stuff and you want to sell it, you can sell it too. We do that under the Do or Do Not podcast name. Brad will be back next Monday, and hopefully he will be around and we can start doing more podcasts, because the summertime is just really rough on us doing podcasts because Brad is really busy, and now he had some health issues with family members, and he had to be out of the state for an extended period of time. So hopefully he's back next Monday. We'll knock out some podcasts about stuff, and we'll be doing some Whatnot auction shows. And those are a lot of fun, and we really enjoy those. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, check it out. This is my son, Jackson Wilson. He likes just to go by Jack. And he did a great job tonight. I appreciate it. And he got the benefit of a free ticket. Well, no, yeah, you did great. It was just like,
I talked a bit too much about the finer details of the movie.
You got a little deep, and I'm like tired.
I get a bit too deep when I talk about stuff I enjoy.
So anyway, I'm gonna have to get up and manually shut this off. But thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon with another podcast with me and Brad.
You should get a Bluetooth mouse so you can just.
Brad has all the equipment.
Oh, okay.